Hello, and welcome to episode 225 of No Load Time. Man, my name, Sober Velez, and with me, the most interesting man in the world, Joel Young.
What's good, no load time? Open pleasure to be with you, sir. I hope you're feeling nice and refreshed.
Yeah, definitely. Bro, I'm telling you, it's like a couple days off, so the guy needs to feel better, honestly.
It's
Yeah,
true.
yep, and it's not for the lack of content out there because there's plenty to do, man. There's plenty to play, plenty to watch, and it's going good. It's been a good couple of days. Looking forward for the weekend. It was a good weekend last weekend, although I did not get a chance to go watch Sonic. I know that you did. We are going to try and go this Saturday. My daughter came down with a little bit of a cold yesterday, so um, we're hoping that by tomorrow it's gonna get cleared out and we're gonna make our way to the movie theater. But just before we jump into that, um, yeah, not much on my end, dude. It's been good. Did some Horizon. Finished that DMC5 Son of Sparta run that I was doing, so that was pretty good. And went on the hunt for the blue orb fragments that I was missing, and I'm missing one, and I don't know where it is. Like I went back to every spot, and it's like I've already collected it. What's going on? And I already did all the secret missions. I don't. So I gave up on that. Right. Um, but played a lot of DMC5 yesterday specifically, actually. Um, and did some Bloody Palace, which I never did Bloody Palace on DMC5 on PS4. So I jumped in on PS5 and I think I made it to level 40 and I suspended it. So yeah, let's see how I do with that. But yeah, dude, Horizon. I've been okay. So now I'm conflicted about this game because the game's excellent,
Mm.
but is there's it's too dense, right? There's so much stuff to do and so many. You look at the map, bro, and you zoom out and you see everything on the map, and it is just too much. And I still have like a good third, maybe about a quarter of the map that I haven't opened yet, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna mainline it and just do the story for now. Um, it's it's a lot. It's a lot, dude. It's just too much. It's like, and it's. I'm not saying it's bad, right? If this would be the only, like, if this would have been the only game that's coming out this year, that would have been like a big game, right? That would have been excellent. Um, what's I I don't know. It's just too much, that's not. It's not a negative. It's actually positive, right? Because when you want to spend time in this sort of a experience, you want there to be content. Um, but there's just like too much to do. And I go to it's like, okay, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna do the story mission, and then on my way there again I find someone, hey, I need this thing's broken and can you fix it for me? Oh sure. Can you get me like a machine thing? And it's not like, oh, I go do this and it's a 5 minute thing. Oh, sometimes you have to like do a trek to somewhere you haven't been to. And it's like, okay, great. It's it's a fantastic game, dude. Honestly, the first one's like this, but not to that extent. So the first one is like Miles, and this one's like the original Spider-Man game where it had
Okay.
like too much to do,
Yeah.
and then Miles was a lot more streamlined. But this is the opposite. Like the first one was a lot more streamlined. This one is just too much. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna mainline it, and at least for the next playthrough that I do, a couple hours that I put in it, I'm probably just gonna do like main story stuff, and I'm not gonna go out of my way and try. Except, okay, so no spoilers, right? But there's a character in this game. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. It's a male character that I think should be the main character of Horizon 3 if they ever do it, because
Okay.
he's
Okay.
way better character than Halo.
Mm. Okay.
he's
Okay.
he's awesome, and I'm only hoping, right, that they don't kill him during the game, right? Because he's but because this game's right, it's like, oh, you get this character, he may die or not. It's one of those things. Um, but like if he doesn't die by the end of the game, he should be the main character of Horizon 3 because he is awesome.
Or make a spinoff at that point.
Yeah, you know
Like
what?
even go back in time or something,
You know
or
what? That would be, well, not backing time, right?
time
Because
at time, but
the
yeah.
setup for this character
Okay.
is freaking fantastic. Where they
Okay.
what they're setting up for him, right? So yeah, I want that game
Okay.
or the DLC, right? Whenever, because they said that there's going to be a DLC expansion. Make it about him
It's true.
because he's great. I'm not
We
gonna even
need
say the name of the
need more
character, but
content for the guy.
he's a dude and he's better than Aloy. That's all I gotta say. She's too stoic. Just like, I must do this alone. Hey, but like, we're your friends. We're here to help you. No, I'm the only one that can carry this burden. Like, dude, well, we're a team, right? Yeah. So it's yeah, great character. I'm hoping to see him again. That's all I gotta say.
Mm.
Yep. Um, haven't watched anything of note. Other than Moonknight, we'll talk about Moonknight here in a minute. Um, I'm trying to think if I went back. I know that Batman comes out Monday, so I'm watching
Yeah.
that. So I didn't have to wait, make my way to the movie theater. Only waited like a month. I was like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
This works.
Yeah.
There was something else that I watched, and I want to say it's probably inconsequential, but we got a ton of stuff to talk about, so I want to give you a chance to give us your opinion on Sonic 2. No spoilers, of course. So go ahead, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Before I get into Sonic 2, quick update on my side too. Like I'm almost done with Ratchet and Clank.
Mm.
I mean, I'll probably be done with that like whether it's tomorrow or Saturday. I just haven't gotten to play yet since being off. And then I finally got to pick up, not pick up, received in the mail, Lego Star Wars.
Finally.
So that's it's a joy that I got that on me. I had someone ask me, "Hey, you pick up anything new that's good?" I'm like, "Lego Star Wars. I haven't played it yet, but I'm sure it will be good. Nostalgia, why not?" I mean, I've seen a lot of good stuff about it online, so hopefully it's
Yeah.
a good time. And then, dude, so I was trying to get the uh, steel book, steel case, at least, edition of Spider-Man: No Way Home from Best Buy. Right, I've been mentioning this to you, I think, for a little bit now. That was one of the items that I was really looking forward to getting, and it sold out for the pre-orders. So I thought, okay, same day on Tuesday when it gets put, in stores, I'll have it. It was an online only thing.
Mm.
When they sold out, they sold out. I went to the store and asked them. So I got my copy. You probably got your copy, I'm assuming already.
I have not.
But how dare no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So check it out, right? I bought a couple of things on Amazon on Tuesday, and I totally forgot about it.
No.
Oh man,
Oh, man.
so I
Well,
forgot.
my
I'll be out about either tomorrow or Saturday, so I'll get it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be near. Yeah, because my whole thing is I got to see this one, right? Spider-Man: No Way Home. I got to see the WandaVision finale again and the first
Mm.
Doctor Strange. That's kind of like my personal, like, prior watch through
Yep.
for Multiverse of Madness. So if you guys are interested, what recommendations to watch, that's at least what I'm watching. So there you go. Obviously, some will say Endgame and this and that. That's up to you. But that's just my thing. But yeah, pretty excited to check that out. But let's get into what everyone really wants to hear, which is Sonic 2. Um, I I really like this movie. I felt personally like I enjoyed it just as much as the first one. Like somehow, some
Okay.
way, they were able to take the joy I had in the first one and just repeat that same joy, like again for the. Now the scale of the movie's bigger.
Okay.
You can tell that they clearly had a bigger budget for this movie, which is appropriate because I mean, technically, if it wasn't for the C word, this movie would have made a whole lot more money, right? Before the world got shut down.
Well, And I'm sorry, y'all. We're having some technical issues here with my mic. I may go here in a pause for a second, but I know the first movie they had to um like some of the budget got had to get repurposed for the for the
Right,
redesign. So
right.
a lot of stuff had to get moved around and cut, and it was delayed too. Rightfully so, right? The delay was worth it, and I think it came out at a time where um, I don't see it being such a big problem, but yeah, let's go on a quick break here. I'm again sorry about that, guys. I'm having a little bit of a mic trouble, so I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I think. Yeah, better, right? Better, butter.
Sir.
Okay, there we go. Now you're on muted too, so we're good. And I actually went to the wrong slide too, so my bad. I was actually quite irate. So I was like, I don't even know what I'm clicking. There we go. But Sonic 2, yes.
Yeah, so like how you were saying before when it was breaking up, how the FC clearly used the budget better, right? In this one, considerably that they didn't have to worry about redesigning a character, right? Like they did the first movie, and I think on top of that, they really just had a lot more freedom really in making this film, and I think that's what makes it special. So if you're I like it's the same, it's like on par with the first one where you get your Sonic world and you get your references that are cool, and you still have your human element, but the human element does not detract from like your Sonic stuff. And like it's the way I feel about this is like this is how Transformers was supposed to be, like where you should have felt like you loved the Transformers and you're into it, and the humans are there, but they're not taking away. But when you watch those movies, right, like it's like the humans are so like it's so ridiculous and so much with that that takes away from like the coolness of what should be these space alien robots. And this thing you don't have that issue, and it doesn't feel too long. It has consistent humor. It's very family friendly. I feel like if you're just a regular casual person watching it, you should have a good time, unless you're someone who just hates childish things, which shame on you, right? There should be a kid in all of us at some point. I think this is the one that unlocks it in the right way. But you know, set up for future movies, very clear. They clearly have a plan. The end credit scene, people were clapping and cheering. I mean, people were holding their kids, telling their kids to wait, don't leave the theater. And I mean, there was so much anticipation, so much joy for this film.
That's
And
cool.
I was not surprised when I saw the numbers. I know we're gonna get into it, but I was not surprised when I saw the numbers because clearly this thing is on the right leg.
Yep. Um let's go on another break, dude. I keep having problems, so we'll be right back. Hey, I think we're back. All right. Hopefully that'll be the end of it. And I don't know why, man. Honestly, what's going on? Technology, I hate you. But you pay my bills though. I can't. Yes. So Sonic 2 did really well.
It did fantastic.
Very, very well.
I think from a standpoint of characters that everyone's gonna love is clearly Tails and Knuckles, but Knuckles is so good, dude. He is hilarious.
Nice.
I hope that they even make like a specific Knuckles spinoff or something, because so good, dude. So good. Yeah, I don't I can't say much more without spoiling, except that that end credit scene was hype. It's perfect. Sonic Universe lives on, man. I know that the director, I've mentioned it to you before, and the director on the red carpet, I guess, got asked a question about, what would be another, title or gaming, game that he would like to adapt into a movie. And straight up said he wants to have the Sonic and Mario go at it for a Smash Bros. Film. And I'm like, how would you ever get the rights to all this stuff? I don't
that's
know. But
that's an impossibility.
you know
That's
what? I never thought Spider-Man would be back in the MCU. Things have happened.
yeah,
It does a
but
lot that would have. There's a lot of stars that would have to align to
oh,
make it
many,
happen.
many.
And
Yeah.
it's not as easy as making a phone call or even putting money up front,
Well, I mean,
but it's
like
possible.
there
Maybe
could be
someday.
yeah, there could be a Smash Bros movie. I don't think that's out of the question, right? But it would be a Smash Bros movie with Sonic. That's probably not gonna happen.
No Mario.
Yeah, I mean, we still need to establish the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. So
Which the Mario film's coming.
yeah,
Chris Pratt.
well, we'll see. Um, but I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see three when it comes because I know that they're gonna. So I don't know if you heard that like this, and I keep having problems with my mic, dude. This is not our
It's
day.
crazy.
Um, so I'm gonna while I talk, I'm gonna do some troubleshooting on
Wow.
the fly. On the fly. So, um, Sega said that they're interested in actually making, like their own like cinematic universe because of how well Paramount has treated them and how well um, it's all worked out for Sonic. So um, yeah, very cool. It's definitely something that they can look into. I mean, if it's something that like um, they want to do like Virtual Fighter, I don't know. That's like no story fighting game right there. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I mean, Paramount specifically, right? Like, if they're adapting this stuff, they seem to be on good shoulders. I mean, you think about what they're doing with Halo right now, right? The Halo series I've been mentioning, it's pretty decent in my humble opinion. Obviously, Sonic is really hitting off at the box office. Like, I trust them to bring game adaptations.
Yeah,
And if it's Sega properties, like, I mean, the way the movies begin is not a spoiler. You remember the first movie?
yeah,
You
yeah.
get that really awesome, Sega, logo goes cross screen
Cinematic
showing
universe,
all
yeah.
the different, games. I'm like, it reminds me like when a Marvel movie starts and you see all the different characters flashing or whatever. It's like this is the world of Sega. This
Are
should
we,
be.
Jill? Are we about to get a Persona movie?
I'd be awesome. It would be awesome.
It's like,
Yeah.
are we about to get Streets of Rage? It's like
Oh my goodness,
three
that would be
cops
crazy.
that went rogue and decided to take justice into their own bare knuckles. Oh
Oh.
man! So yeah, that'd be crazy, man.
I mean,
It's
if they can
yeah,
take comic books and make the movies, why can't they take games and do the same thing? It just
yeah,
takes the right execution. Obviously, the MCU figured that out with their early days and heading into their Disney days. I think, Paramount has something good going for them with Sega. Why not keep that ball rolling? I wonder what the extent of their partnership is with Sega.
yeah.
I don't know how that works, like, but clearly there's got to be some discussions going on about what to do and who's going to run
Definitely.
the flagship of that, like being the president of Sega Films.
We'll talk
Like,
about
who
it.
would that be,
We'll talk about something similar to that, but yeah, 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 yeah. You need to pick the right person. You need to Get Tom, get Tom involved.
Oh my goodness.
That would
Bring
be
Tom
that
back?
would
Oh
be a dream,
man.
bro. Tom is the the
Whew.
Sega Cinematic Universe lead at Paramount.
That guy knows how to
Bring him
market
out of
stuff.
retirement. Telling you, bro. But we were talking about Sonic and all that, but it did very well. 72 million over the weekend. Um, it did a few more on Monday, so it was around 80 total right now. Looks like this is going to be a very good year for Paramount. Um, yeah, I mean, there's money to be made, and again, it's like when you do it right, you do it right, and these guys deserve all the the kudos they're getting, bro. It's like kudos to Paramount that went
I
with the
know.
redesign too. Like that, hats off. Because if that would have been Disney, I was like, we don't like that design. It's like, screw you guys, we're still gonna do
Well,
it.
well, Curtin Disney. I gotta be careful.
Current Disney. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it kind of happened with Captain America, right?
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people were big fans of the Avengers suit, and that
The
was the
costume,
only
yeah.
yeah, and that was the only time we saw it. And I was like, well, okay, well there you go, you fix it on the next one. But when it
Yeah.
comes to like Sonic, right? There was no fit. There was no way of going around that atrocity that was the Sonic design at the
And it's
beginning.
digital. You just change the
Yeah, you don't
model.
have to
Obviously it's
reshoot. That's
money,
the
but
great thing. Yeah,
right.
yeah. So that's the great thing. You don't have to get Jim Carrey back on set. James Master. You don't need to get any of those guys
No.
back on set. You can just do it in post, right, and fix it. Um, I bet that whoever won at Paramount allowed this to happen,
Yeah.
it's probably getting a really nice decent
Yeah.
bonus right now
Yeah.
because it
They're
that
do
mhm.
No, Paramount's like gonna have. I think this weekend it might do even it. I don't think it's gonna obviously get the same numbers,
It's gonna do
but I don't
really
think it's
well.
gonna drop very much. Like I think it's gonna have a very strong second weekend because word of mouth is so good for this movie
It's,
and kids movies like that. If you get kids to like it, they're gonna go watch it again and again because that's just how kids love to rewatch things,
well,
right? And dude, all the kids that were in the theater with me, like I feel like a grown adult surrounded by a bunch of kids there, dude. We're like, oh, Tails and Sonic. And like they love the characters. I'm like,
yeah,
they made it relevant for another generation. Like it's
yeah.
not like, oh, this who's this old character? Like
What's
fantastic.
crazy is that now, and I don't think I mentioned this. Oh, you know what? Because it was last Saturday. We went to Target Saturday last weekend, and there was kids looking at the Sonic toys, and where they have the little toy section. And the Sonic section is tiny, right? Because it's like the biggest section right now. It's probably like the Toy Story slash Marvel area, right? Because even the Star Wars section now is minimal.
Yeah.
Um, but the Sonic area was really small. But they had brought in a lot of new stuff, and there was like kids. It's like, oh, that's so cool. Oh, look at this one. Oh, look at this one. Yeah. So it's gonna move in different areas, right? And you have a new game coming out next year.
Yep.
Um, there's games out there like Sega has been doing a really good job at bundling the Sega games for the Switch with like that 2-pack where you get like Sonic Mania and Super Monkey Ball and or something else and Sonic Team Racing or whatever. Man, like I want that new game to be good. That's all I gotta say because Sonic Team I don't trust them to do a good job. Um, I trust the fans that took on other projects like Sonic Mania and um, the re-release of Sonic CD and whatnot. But Sonic Team, bro, I, I don't.
Uh, yeah. Yeah. No, I think Paramount is really cashing in on that Sega money. And as a whole this year, they're gonna really do well because
Yeah,
I mean they've already had a couple big hitters almost every month started this year. Next month, I think they have Top Gun.
yeah,
I think they also have another Mission Impossible coming later this year as
I
well.
believe so. Yeah, yeah,
Like they're gonna have a really good year, but just to know that this is the one that puts them on the map, the Sonic movie is the one that gets them hypes, not the Lost City, you know, Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock movie. This is the one that gets them going. Like
which has gotten good
that's
reviews too. But
there's gotten good reviews too, but like I think this is a good sign as people who us who've said we want more video game movies, and this being the most successful one commercially in recent days. This is good, man. We're in good company. I can't wait for you to see it. Then we can finally talk spoilers and get into the more nitty gritty of it.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, whenever I get the chance, I'll come back around and we'll talk about it. Um, all right. So where do we start?
Moon
So
Knight?
you
I
know
don't know.
what? Before yeah, let's talk one night because I mean we have an update from DC. We'll talk about that, and then we have a bunch of video game stuff, and thanks for the technical difficulties. Now we're running behind, but Moon Knight, awesome.
Oh
That's
yeah.
all I gotta say. It's awesome. I and again, I think this show's so good because it's not carrying any weight on its shoulders. Like there's never been any Moon Knight ever, and they're free to do their own thing, and they're doing a great job at it. It's phenomenal. This one by far was the best episode so far, and it was great. I have zero
Oh yeah.
negatives about this show, dude. This show's amazing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I honestly thought this episode, and this is not a knock on the other ones. This episode was their best episode, which
Yeah,
is how I felt as it's gone. I felt progressively each episode's gone better, and I had early predicted that, right? That like maybe the first ones people may not fully get it, may take some time to get people on board. But dude, it clearly is a solid hit. A lot of setup in this one, right? You get a lot of pieces that are setting up the further mythology of Moon Knight, but also some other things potentially. There's possible connections to Black Panther, right? When you have that meeting of the Egyptian gods and the one lady, people have made their suspicions of who she's connected to.
mm,
You know, obviously, you know, they're, they're the very clear callbacks you get also right and some other scenes to you know who is you know Jake Lockley, right? Is that we're gonna get you know Lockley coming in now as the third you know personality? What's happening when both you know Mark and Steven are saying I didn't do that, what'd you do, right? So you get that version, that character
yeah,
coming in. You know, I tell you, like we can go into like just the real sweaty stuff of it, but to me, it's not that. That's not the part that makes the show so special. Like when we talked about like WandaVision and we talked about Loki and stuff, right? It was like the mythology and the story was good too, but I think the mythology really made you very intrigued by it. This is not necessarily, I feel like, as intriguing as it is more entertaining. Like you don't have to really do a lot of thinking about the lore of Marvel. I feel like you can just watch this and go, okay, this guy's got these personalities. This is, you know, what's going on with this ancient artifact and you know, this villain, and you're just kind of learning about this character together, which takes you back to the heart of the original MCU.
yeah,
Which is how you watched Iron Man 1. You didn't need to know who Spider-Man and Hulk were to watch Iron Man. They've kind of gone back to that really good origins, and I love it. I love that it's a different genre. I love that they're going really grotesque, dude. There's some really intense scenes
yeah,
that you get in this show, but yet they do it in a way that is still very entertaining and not just you know drama for the sake of drama. There's so much I could say about what I love about the show, but I'm really appreciating what they've done here. Marvel, incredible.
yeah, yeah. Very very good. Um, again, can't wait to see more. Very very excited. I think the acting, Oscar Isaac's great, dude.
I know.
He's
Yeah.
great. He's great. He's awesome. I think the acting from everyone has been very good. The actor that showed up today, right? The horse guy. That's the guy that passed away,
Unfortunately,
correct? Okay.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I
because
thought
he was
so
really good too.
because he was good. Yeah.
He was good.
I
I
mean,
felt bad.
and it's ambiguous, right? We don't know if he died or not. He got hit by the moon, but we don't know exactly what happened,
Yeah.
right? He just rode into the mist, sort of.
Yeah.
So we don't really know what happened there. So I'm curious to see if he's coming back at all this season, or I know that there was a plan for
There
him to
was.
come
Yep.
back, so that probably will have
Yeah.
to get reworked. There's only 6 episodes, right? So we're halfway through.
Yeah. Yeah. We're
Yeah,
halfway through.
halfway through. But very good. Um, again, yeah, the action was excellent, choreography was good, and but to me, again, it's just the charm that the actors bring to their roles. It's really good. So I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Speaking of enjoying things, DC, now that WB
Whew.
is part of Discovery, they're looking for a Kevin Feige like figure to drive. I mean, I thought they already had one, right? Where's Walter Amado? Like, where are all these
For
people?
He's the film of DC the film the president of DC Films, Walter Ahmad. That's the exact position. It's the
Yeah,
same
same
basically as
as
Feige.
Feige. Yeah. So that is he fired and they haven't said?
I hope so.
Oh,
I let slip.
oh, wow.
Usually I'm more diplomatic.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. No, I totally agree. Totally agree. This has been just a gigantic, huge bummer.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. So I this is interesting, right? Because it looks like they finally put their foot down, and someone from Discovery that knows what's going on, right? And it's clearly the person that's making this decision has uh their ear to the ground and know what the problem has been all along, and then that's it. It's just lack of leadership, and now they're looking for this person to go ahead and take them to the next level. You sent me some
Mm.
disturbing details this week that I guess are not part of this because this broke today. So that is part of the old guard sort of DC stuff that's going on. Um, I This is good, right? But at the end of the day, it all depends on who they pick. Now, Joel, will this person be Zack Snyder?
Please let it be him. Please let it be him.
Okay,
Or someone appointed by him with the blessing of Zach.
someone close to him at least, right? Because
You make it Deborah Snyder, let him do the direct. His wife. I don't know.
yeah, exactly. Because we
She's a
can,
producer.
yeah, because if we can even get to, uh, you know, Snyder or someone that really knows what's up.
Christopher Nolan's back. No, I'm just kidding. He left.
Ben Affleck. Nah, he's over there chilling with J
Yeah.
Lo. I don't think he wants the
No.
responsibility.
Nor do I think I no nothing against the guy, but I don't necessarily think I want him in charge of all the DC films.
Kevin Smith.
Oh, now you're talking.
Oh, see,
I would sign on for that in a heartbeat. He
really,
would
you
be
would?
he would
Okay,
he would be on my master list. Like I would have a list of
okay.
people. He would be someone that gets an interview for sure.
I think okay, that's interesting.
Which I know
That's
people think it's ridiculous. It's like he's so passionate
he
about this
knows so
stuff
much
that's
too.
why I feel like and he cares about even the fans
Yeah,
too. I don't think he'd be like
yeah,
someone who would be arguing with fans. He actually appreciates them,
yeah,
which is interesting, right?
he,
Then I what a concept to get
yeah.
along with people who are fans. And you
and he
need
know,
you need that.
and he's basically like a walking comic book encyclopedia
Oh
too.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
he's got like deep cut knowledge about
Yeah.
all these stuff, and that story about that Superman movie that he pitched, and the dude wanted to put a spider in the movie.
And what is he doing now anyways? Clerks 4? I mean, like give him like he could probably
He's
do
just
this.
hanging out, dude. He
He's
had
living a
that
good
heart
life.
attack, lost a ton of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but he's doing all right. I think he's just happy with like the doing smaller projects
I
and
mean, he's done like
change the
some of the
scope.
best episodes on like The Flash and the other shows. Like when he comes in to direct, it's usually some of the best stuff. I don't know if you've seen his episodes at all. They're pretty
I
good.
haven't know, but it's
Um,
good
I,
to
I
know.
you know, but yeah, that's a good idea. No, no, Obed. this means that, like you were saying, the stuff that I sent you before is part of the old guard kind of stuff, which means
Yep.
whoever comes in has to inherit all of these problems.
No, no,
Or do they
no.
because
This sounds like a clean slate thing to me.
think that but the Flash has already been shot.
Well, that's the Flash.
But the movie hasn't been released yet.
Well, that's the Flash, right? Yeah. Oh, there's time to
But
change
the
stuff around.
but the idea was that Flash, based on stuff I sent you, is that Flash resets absolutely everything. So does that mean you disown Flash and make everything and do whatever you want to do? Like that movie comes out and then you're like, that was cute. Now we're going to do this other stuff. Like
I would
you
say
can't.
end it with Aquaman 2. You end it, and then whatever comes next, you clean slate it.
Wow.
I mean, there's like all these projects that are in pre-production. Cut it.
Pull Wonder Woman 3,
Yep.
pull all these other
I even
movies,
Wonder Woman 3. I
and
don't care.
completely recast, like pull everything
Well,
fresh.
no.
Like is it, no.
If Gal Gadot wants to come back as Wonder Woman, it's fine.
Okay.
If Henry Cavill wants to come back as Superman, of course, right? Those are givens.
Okay.
But you gotta clean slate it after this. You either clean slate it or you Snyder it, and just continue the Snyder stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and continue that vision, which we think based on the Snyder cut, it would have been awesome. So
Hmm.
yeah,
To me, I
it's
would pull a
busy.
Fox. I would pull a Fox
Okay,
with X-Men
and end it.
continuity schmontinuity, right? Where
Yeah.
they basically mix up some of the old and the new actors for stuff, and they
Okay,
didn't really care what happened in the other movies, but at the same time they did, depending on how they felt,
yeah,
right? And
I can see that.
people didn't care because if the movie's good, right? If you're watching X-Men, Days of Future Past, like you don't care if it's consistent with the other stuff. So like if you just say like Superman exists and he's Henry Cavill, but then Batman is Robert Pattinson and Wonder Woman is Gal or something, right? Like and you just have these characters just there and you're like, you know what? Yes, these other movies happen, but we're not even talking about them as if they did. These people are just these characters. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's the right way to do it, but it's an idea. I'm so glad I don't have to make these decisions because they really back themselves into a corner, man. No matter what they do, we're gonna remember their past.
Yeah. Um, it's gonna be interesting. Swelter him out of fire. I don't know. I hope so, like you said. I hope so. There's not gonna be you're not gonna need an apology because he's not gonna be there to
Oh,
apologize. and
that is
you can just
that's a good prediction.
start fresh.
Wow, that's a good prediction. You won't need an apology if they're not there to
Yeah,
apologize.
yeah, exactly. Yep,
Well
yep.
said.
All right. Um, Tons of gaming stuff going on. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to cover them here in a little bit of time. I think the biggest one is that Joel. I don't know why you did not. You failed to inform me, sir, that there's Kingdom Hearts 4 coming out. so you didn't bring no joking. So out of nowhere, right? There's this 20th anniversary Kingdom Hearts thing, and then they go out and announce 4 with like
Yeah.
a gameplay trailer or a gameplay concept, right? Because it's not even a trailer with a drastically different art design, and it's nuts. It's bananas. I was like, why this looks so great? They're using Unreal Engine 5, which means that this is not a PS4 game. This is newer console stuff. So don't get too excited because they're based on the Nvidia leak. They're saying that this game has the possibility to come out next year.
Hmm.
I think based on last time that okay. So based on the last time that the first time that we saw the Kingdom Hearts 3 concept trailer to when it came out, it was 6 years.
Hmm.
So or 5.5 years. So don't get too excited. Tetsuya Nomura is doing this. I know that he passed the Final Fantasy VII Part Two to to someone else within Square Enix, so he's not gonna be involved with that. But that said, I mean, unless they've already got all the clearance from Disney and Disney said, "Go ahead, bro, do whatever you want," it's gonna be crazy. Now, I haven't gone back, and there's people pointing out that there's hints in the trailer that Star Wars will be in the game.
I actually heard that too. Yeah.
So I have to go back and maybe rewatch it, maybe do watch a breakdown or something. But that would be crazy. I would expect Marvel, but not Star Wars though. That one's interesting to me. The reason is that they've already sort of got Marvel in because Big Hero 6 is in 3. So I think Marvel would have been an easier, um, I guess, intellectual property to integrate to Kingdom Hearts than Star Wars. But I don't know. Who knows what Disney's thinking these days, right? Um, I'm really excited. Though. I'm really excited. I woke up and I saw it like in the morning. I was like, "What the heck?" And I had to watch, and I didn't watch it, and I watched it with my daughter. It's like my daughter was asleep. She didn't want to. It was like whenever it came out that Monday morning, and my daughter was like, "Hey, time to wake up and go to school," and she didn't want to wake up. It's like there's a Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer out, and she's like, "What?" Yeah, and we watched it, and I was like, "That's crazy." So I'm guessing, and I haven't watched the one with the English subtitles either. I mean, I'm assuming that the one that's uh, talking to Donald and Goofy at the end of the trailer is Hades from Hercules, which has been in every single like Kingdom Hearts game. So, um, I am very excited, Joe. The gameplay demo thing looked really good. So, I don't know if you have any thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, everything you said was pretty much I was pretty much in the same boat as you. I'm sorry, Obed, I couldn't give you the insider scoop on this one. Uh, knew it was coming. I knew it's great. I have more information. I can't you now. No, I was just as surprised as you. And it was a very very friendly surprise. I am not the Kingdom Hearts guy that has played all these games, not because I don't like them, just have never gone around to them. But I love to see that they're continuing this with plans for next gen. Like you said, probably with this quick of a announcement, I don't think it will be coming out just as fast either. I think give it some time, be patient,
Yep.
and be happy if you get anything sooner than next year, because that's probably the track it's on. But yeah, I from a Star Wars standpoint, like I don't know how they would be able to bring that fully in, right? Like you said, there's a connection already to Marvel from the Big Hero 6 stuff. That's great. But if they can bring in Star Wars, that's a great selling piece, as you know, for many people. So I'd be very curious to see what the new. That's always been the thing, right?
But
What's the
yeah,
new characters they brought in? What's the new worlds?
that's the thing. What do they do? Do they do Death Star A New Hope?
Yeah,
Do they do Ray stuff? Like what do they do?
they
Where do they
would.
go? Right?
They would do that.
Because if they do
Oh
Ray
no.
stuff, like people would revolt, bro. It's like we've been waiting for Star Wars on Kingdom Hearts, and then we get Ray, and then I
If,
know. I mean that. Okay, so let me rephrase this. Like
I know, because it sounds
whatever you
one way.
do, Star Wars fans are not gonna be happy, right? So that's a given. Or at least a group of Star Wars fans.
Just go with your Disney Plus stuff at that point. Give us like an Ahsoka, Mandalorian,
There
Luke,
you go.
Pete likes timeline.
That's what you need to do.
Give those people those
Happy medium.
characters. Yep, that everybody wins.
Yep. There you go. Do Mando and do
Right.
Baby Yoda. It was like you got to rescue Baby Yoda at the Grogu at the end of the mission or the world or whatever.
Yeah.
But what do? You do Tatooine or do you do something else? Right? It's like do you do something neutral that's like a little bit of everything. So
Yeah.
it's that would be interesting. That would be interesting. Um, yeah, can't wait to see more. Again, be patient, but please be excited. It's gonna take time, but it'll come out. It'll come out. It's just that you know, I may be grandpa when it comes.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
no,
It's
bro!
my
It's like
hey, oh no.
it's
Papi Obed.
like I don't know, man.
Oh man.
It's it's good that Disney is going forward. Like that's why they everyone said that Kingdom Hearts 3 would never happen, right? Because um when the last one that came out that was very Disney feature heavy was the Birth by Sleep, and that one had already greenlit before Iger took over. So like Michael Eisner was very involved with like making this happen, right? Because Disney was not like this. They wouldn't give their IP to anyone to work on a crossover thing like this ever, right? This is like something beyond the usual scope of their IP. And after Birth by Sleep came out, the games that came after that were more focused on like the organization and not the Disney stuff. It was more like lore. And then 3 comes out, and then it's like, oh, back to Disney. And then it's not only Disney, it's Pixar stuff now, right? So we got all this stuff, and then we got new things like, bro, like Let It Go, like they like Let It Go, like the entire scene, Let It Go scene is in Kingdom Hearts 3
Amazing.
with like
Amazing.
Sora and Donald and Goofy in the background, just like, wait, we gotta talk to you. Stop singing. It's like, and Sora's like, is she singing? It's like, what? It's super
That's
meta and it's
awesome.
great, man. It's like, it's fantastic. I was like, it's super meta because it's like, wait, we're trying to talk to her and she just goes on singing. So it's great, right? And like breaking that barrier for Disney is not easy. And if they were able to greenlit another project so quickly, that means that there's a lot of good faith with Square Enix, first of all, right? And that's it's a very strong relationship, and and Disney's willing to some extent take some risks and let someone else do things with their IP that are not necessarily them themselves. So I guess from that standpoint, it's all good in my book. Make it happen, make it cool. So I'm 100% in. I don't have to go think about it too much. So, Joe, there may be a Sony acquisition happening soon. This is rumors and speculation, but there has been some changes on the logo for PlayStation Studios that's on the official PlayStation site, and it's that they're showcasing Death Stranding on the logo, and Sam from Death Stranding's there instead of the little dude from what's it called? Um, oh man, what's it? I forgot about that.
Sackboy? I don't know.
No, remember that graffiti game that came out for?
Infamous?
No,
No.
it was the Concrete Genie.
Okay.
Yep. So they changed the little Concrete Genie guy for Sam, and the speculation is that Sony is buying Kojima Productions. Now
That'd be huge.
this is in addition. I don't know if you follow Kojima on Twitter
I
or and
do.
Koji Pro, but I don't know if you saw that they moved the office.
No, I didn't
Like,
see that.
okay, so they're moving their office, so their office is empty, and Kojima's taking pictures. It's like, oh man, and I remember the wall, and when this guy came in and signed the wall and all that. So so they took all
Hmm.
that out, right? They're moving it to a new location. This has been in addition to Kojima tweeting about a lot of Metal Gear stuff. So we don't know what's going on, but the speculation is that they're getting bought by Sony and they're getting moved to a very nice studio. I mean, although their studio was awesome, right? But they're it looks like they're moving to a bigger facility so they can go into a lot of the newer projects. That said, there's part of the rumor is that there's Kojima's supposed to be working on an Xbox exclusive game, and that's supposed to be still on. Like, um, someone that works closely with Kojima kind of sort of confirmed that yes, the acquisition's happening, and but that Xbox game is still happening. So kind of like Bethesda with like Deathloop and Ghostwire, right? That came out on PS5 as console exclusives, and then now they're moving their efforts into Xbox Game Pass, PC sort of thing. So yeah, what do you think?
Love it, love it, love it. When you look at what Microsoft did, we keep talking about because it was obviously one of those headliners that was going around everywhere, right? With their acquisitions they made over last year and going into this year. And you look at what they did, and it was obviously kind of absorbing already pre-known titles and developers, right? That were already established in the industry, and obviously we know that Kojima is, he's a name, he's a household name, he's somebody that you got to give him his respects as a creator. But I feel like it could seem on the surface like a big move for the fanboy, small move for the industry. But I would say that like this is one of those ones that if it is true, right? Obviously, it's all speculation right now, but let's just have fun with it for a moment and say that this is real. Um, Honestly, Obed, like this is one of those things where instantly, like the first party stuff on PlayStation has just passed everything else out there, like
Yeah,
in like a quick move. Because when this guy puts a title out, it's automatically like one of their
yeah,
a
and
staple, right? Like it's always got to you get your commercials, you get the hype online.
yeah,
It's not a small thing. Death Stranding might be the most oddest thing the guy has done in recent days, and it doesn't matter because people still love it and went crazy about it, or everyone was talking about it. Everybody was playing it.
yeah,
So it's big. It's big.
yeah. No, very exciting. It's all very exciting news. Very much looking forward to whatever project he puts out. If it's out on PC, I'll probably get it. Right, it's like no going around it. Um, but yeah, like Sony had mentioned before, they're more interested in purchasing studios versus purchasing companies, and
Yeah.
I think that's a more conservative approach to the whole where do we get our content from, without inheriting some sort of like nightmare scenario like what's going on with like the Activision stuff, which
So did you see what's going on then with the
it
governor, California? Whew.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening. It's that thing might get blocked. I don't know. Um, it's down. I'm there's a. I don't wanna say anything, right? But there is a level of shadiness happening with that whole deal that's a little bit disturbing. So
Yeah.
and it's not. I don't care about Call of Duty or any of that stuff or Overwatch or anything. I don't care about Diablo. It's it's just that the whole thing smells fishy, and I don't know how to best put it, but yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, there's some big money and big conspiracies behind this stuff that I look forward to having more updates as things come forward because we've talked about at length with what's going on over there with
yeah,
with Activision and whew, like you mentioned, I think Sony's saying let's not get our hands in anything too wild.
yeah. No, no, I get it. Which which could be part of the reasoning why they don't want to get Konami, right?
Yeah, could be.
It's
Yeah.
like although we haven't heard anything, but we know what had happened in the past with like employees under surveillance and all that stuff.
Yep.
It was it was bonkers. So Yeah, we'll see. Said they are making a $1 billion investment in Epic Games, and this is all part of the metaverse push that they're doing. Lego also put in a ton of money on behind Epic as well. So um, yeah, very interesting stuff. They're looking to produce stuff for PlayStation VR as well. They are partners on Unreal Engine 5, and there's crossover content from pretty much anyone right now on Fortnite. But Spider-Man and Horizon and other properties that had crossover with Fortnite. But this is pretty interesting, man. This is a wait and see sort of thing. There's nothing immediate. It's just an investment, but um, it looks like there's a big partnership brewing there as well.
I mean, I, like this gets me more excited for PSVR 2. First of all,
Mm,
I'm not a crazy VR person. I've had positive experiences
yeah.
as of recent. When I got to go to last Comic Con, do the whole Iron Man VR thing before it came out, phenomenal. I could have kept playing. That was actually that didn't get feel weird or feel thing. I think the biggest thing is like the way the headsets, like just the cabling and stuff. Once you
Oh
start
yeah,
getting
yeah,
that stuff down, which I think that's probably gonna be much better now with this new VR 2 that they're working on for PlayStation. But anyways, talking about Epic Games coming here, like yeah, if you're gonna have anyone help you dive into the metaverse, this is definitely a good investment, I think, because this the stuff that they put out looks like the kind of things that already doing well from a metaverse standpoint. You start talking about games like Roblox and Minecraft looking stuff, right? Like Epic Games is the kind of people that deliver that same kind of style, right? If you're
yeah.
looking at that kind of content, and they clearly have the properties behind them as well already, to put into that style of a world. So having your association with them is it's just smart, right? Where this
Oh,
whole
absolutely, yeah.
metaverse stuff goes, time will tell. I usually would say that it's not something to get too crazy about, but I have changed my position on that. There are too many companies get investing into this thing for this to not be something that's going to get enough
Yeah.
attention. Is it going to be tomorrow? No, it's not going to be tomorrow.
It's
It's not
it's
going to
not
be
gonna be
not going to
immediate.
be next year either.
No.
But it's I love that's one of the things I've loved about like what Sony has done since like PS4. Not that PS3 didn't do it, but like since like PS4, it feels like they've kind of had like the long road as a company, right? Like
Yeah.
PlayStation thought beyond, and I know obviously they have their thoughts on PlayStation 6, et cetera, et cetera. But like they've kept set their business up for long term success, and so this is another one of those things that's a the chess move for the future, and no, it's brilliant. Like I applaud them for it.
Yeah. It's a the whole metaverse thing is like I buy that better than NFTs. In my NFTs, still to me that's still a scam.
I
Like,
mean, you need NFTs for the metaverse, though.
do you though?
You do, because you have it's
Do
like kind of like your avatars or like or
Nah.
essentially
You only need
transferring those on.
you
Yeah.
only need money, Joel.
Well, I mean, it's
You
true. That is
only
true.
need money.
That is true. You will. That is true. You'll need money at the end. That I won't deny. That I won't deny.
You only need
But
money and you'll be fine. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's like so yeah, so we'll see. Um and Nintendo is not staying behind. They are acquiring a big piece of land next to their Kyoto HQ, and they're building an R&D, basically like a separate R&D department. This is big. This is big, right? Uh, Not a lot of people are talking about this, but Nintendo making a push this big for like a separate like R&D complex, that means that they're really looking into, you know, that they're never going to go away when it comes to hardware, because they're going to do their
100%.
research, and when it comes to other things like development, right? And that's something that Nintendo had a problem with at the beginning of the HD consoles, right? Even going as recent as the Wii U, where they just didn't understand, right? And I think that to some extent was corrected with the Switch, right? Although the Switch is severely underpowered, even compared to like a PS4. Um, but they understand that that's something that they got to work on. And for the last, I don't know, 15 years, they've really um they've maximized their hardware. Um, but I think they're looking forward to being a strong competitor when it comes to graphics. So I think they're making that move. Um, they're also caught off guard with the whole like open world thing. You know, like I still look at like Breath of the Wild and it's still like incredible, but at the same time, the world is kind of empty and there's this thing like there's the potential for like Breath of the Wild is like Horizon, but without like the whole like crammed everything is crammed into one place. Like Breath of the Wild, to go and do the side quests, you'd have to go to like a village, or find a specific person on a specific place. Horizon, you just like roll over. It's like jump over a thing, and there's a side quest. And Breath of the Wild is um, a little bit. It's of course it's an open world, right? But you don't have like all this side stuff that's in front of you. But at the same time, the world does feel a little bit empty, and I'm assuming that's probably a hardware limitation that they had to go with. Of course, the game was made for the Wii U as well, so they had to take that into consideration. Um, but I think they're looking to the future and they're looking to make big changes in the next 5 years. So I don't know what you think, man.
Yeah, I mean, I there's not really much more that I can add to it, but another company again that's really on the come up and on the come up fast. Like I don't think they've made any major bad decisions Nintendo in recent days. Like they've had their like any company, you have your wins and losses, but they
Yeah.
have not had stumbles, and they've been preparing themselves to quickly evolve. And yeah, I think
Other than the
next
online
year
stuff,
the
like that
online
that could be
stuff,
that
yeah,
could get better.
that could get better. Yep, that's fair. Kind of wins and losses, but when you think about, next year probably like you've mentioned before, like they're probably going to be having their new Switch Pro or something coming out, right? And you look at, what they've done from a hardware standpoint, and how quickly the demand is really flying through for these consoles. Like, this is just the right decision for them. So
Yeah.
I'm very happy for them, and I think it's like not as flashy of a topic to talk about on the show because it's more of a business thing again, but it's the businesses that's they're the business decisions that are made affect the creative in the end. And so in the long run, as gamers, we should rejoice over this news.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and it's great to see Nintendo making investing on themselves, right? Instead of going out and buying studios
Yeah.
and buying this, like their IPs are so strong that they really don't need to go out there and buy anything. So they
They don't
just
need to
invest.
buy Sega.
They could,
I thought about it a few
they
times
could,
after
man.
that. After watching that console wars, I'm like, that would be the ultimate. Like,
Right?
we
Oh
got him.
yeah, that would be crazy, right?
Yeah,
Um,
they
I
don't
mean
need it, but yeah,
they don't need it. They don't need it. But
yeah.
but could you imagine like a Sonic game made by the Nintendo guys? Like that would be crazy, dude.
Yeah,
Because these guys are good.
I know.
These guys make stuff happen. By the way, Kirby's still really really good. Yeah, I played a little
Okay,
bit
good,
more of
good,
it. Yeah, yeah. My daughter loves it. It's
nice.
really good. So um, yeah, good to see Nintendo investing on themselves, and hopefully we can keep seeing a lot of innovative and ambitious stuff from the big N. That is what we got. Sorry about the audio issues here. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. I may have to unplug everything tomorrow and make sure that everything's back working again. But
Obed's
Joe,
got to put his IT hat back on.
I know I didn't want to finagle around with a computer on my time off. I guess I'll have to, right? It's probably a loose cable somewhere because I was
Yeah.
moving stuff around and I may have just moved it, and it's just that I get really aggravated when things go wrong.
Oh man.
But Joe, go
Well,
ahead and take us home.
absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with us. We want to invite you to stay subscribed to the No Load Time podcast. You could find us on podcast platforms of your choice, like iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Spotify. Go ahead and subscribe to us on those podcast platforms. And if you will, drop us a review. We would really appreciate that. It would really help us as we continue to spread the word. We also would encourage you to subscribe to the video version on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and find us on YouTube, No Load Time, subscribe, like the videos, drop us a comment, and share these episodes with your friends and family. That'd be really welcomed and appreciated. Also, make sure you're connected with us on social media at No Load Time. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you're watching the video version, you can see those handles down below. Also, we are on Twitch, so you can find us No Load Time all together on Twitch. Follow us. We stream live as we record our episodes, so make sure to check us out there. Also, last but not least, we welcome you to send in any questions, comments, or feedback to noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. If you email us a question or comment, maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to discuss that even on a future episode. Thank you all so much, and we look forward to being with you on our next episode.
Thank you guys. Stay safe. We'll see you again next time.